I am money. And I need to tell you something that most people never realize. You say you want me. You pray for me. You work for me. But when I finally come, you push me away. You downplay the gift. You say, oh, you didn't have to. You feel awkward, guilty, almost afraid to receive. And in that moment, I leave, because I cannot stay where I am not celebrated. You think wanting more makes you greedy. But that lie is what keeps you broke. You were taught to give, to sacrifice, to serve, but never to receive. And yet, every river that gives must first be filled. You cannot overflow from emptiness. I am money. And I don't come to punish the giver. I come to reward the receiver. So if you've ever felt guilty for wanting more, stay right here. Because in the next few moments, I will teach you the forgotten law that turns guilt into gold. I am money. And if my voice found you, it's not by accident. You and I were meant to connect. Because the moment you find this channel, something inside you begins to shift. Every video here carries a vibration, a frequency of abundance that speaks directly to your energy. And when you follow, you're not just clicking a button. You're saying to the universe, I am ready to receive. So, if you can feel that something awakening inside you right now, don't ignore it. Honor this moment. Follow this channel. Turn on the bell. Because from this day forward, I'll keep whispering the codes of wealth into your life. I am money. And I only stay where I am honored. I am money. And I cannot be disappointed. If you want me to stay, show me. Follow this channel, honor my presence, and I will never leave your life again. I am money. And today I must tell you something you rarely realize. You're even afraid to receive me. You think of me constantly. You work long hours, you plan, you pray, you visualize. Yet when I finally appear, your energy changes. Instead of celebrating, you shrink. You feel awkward. You say things like, oh, you didn't have to, or this is too much, or I'm not sure I deserve it. You reject compliments, you refuse help, you downplay gifts. And in that resistance, I feel unwelcome. I approach you with opportunities, with blessings, with unexpected income. But when you hesitate, when you doubt, when you turn away, you create a barrier between us. You see, I am not just numbers on a screen or paper in your hand. I am energy. And like all energy, I flow where I am celebrated, not where I am resisted. When you welcome me with joy, I expand. When you meet me with guilt, shame, or a sense of unworthiness, I retreat. Because that is the signal you send into the universe. I don't deserve this. I don't want this. This is too much for me, and the universe listens. It mirrors your energy, and I begin to slip away. Receiving is not passive, it is an active alignment. It is the moment when you tell the universe, I am ready, I am open, I am worthy, but you have been taught the opposite. You've been taught to give but not to receive, to sacrifice but not to accept, to struggle but not to celebrate. And that programming blocks me. Every time you say no to a blessing, every time you minimize a gift, you're not being humble. You're closing the door on me. I am money, and I love movement. I love the exchange between giving and receiving. If you cannot receive fully, you cannot give fully either, because your cup is empty. To receive me with joy is not greed. It is harmony. It is how the flow of abundance grows stronger in your life. Think about it. A river cannot pour into a dam that's closed. The flow stops at the gate. You are the gate. Your joy and gratitude in receiving are the signals that open it. When you feel unworthy, when you feel ashamed, when you feel guilty about receiving, you close the very door through which I long to enter. So today, I want you to see this truth. Your ability to receive is your ability to expand. When you smile at a compliment, when you accept a gift with gratitude, when you say thank you without apology, you're not just being polite, you're telling me, money, you're safe with me. You're welcome here. And in that moment, my flow grows stronger, wider, and richer. I am money. and I am waiting to be received with joy. Here lies your struggle. Deep down, you still believe you are not worthy of abundance. You may speak of prosperity, visualize wealth, or repeat affirmations, but within you, there's a quiet resistance, a whisper that says, "Who am I to have so much?" You carry inherited beliefs, passed down from generations that glorified struggle and guilted success. Somewhere along the way, you were taught that receiving too much makes you greedy, that comfort makes you complacent, that joy in having money is arrogance. But none of that is true. It is simply conditioning that keeps you small. When you reject receiving, you reject me. When someone offers you help and you say, "No, it's okay, I don't need it," you are not being humble, you are pushing me away. When you receive a payment, a gift, or even a compliment and respond with discomfort or deflection, you tell me energetically, "I am not ready to have you," and I listen. Because I do not stay where I am not welcomed. You see, abundance is not just about numbers or opportunities, it is about openness. I flow through hearts that feel worthy of receiving. I multiply in minds that celebrate their own value. But when your energy is filled with guilt, self-judgment, or fear of being seen as too much, my flow weakens. The universe mirrors your emotions. It listens not to your words, but to your vibration. If you feel uncomfortable receiving, it assumes you don't truly want what you're asking for, and it simply stops sending. Many of you pray for more, yet live in contradiction. You ask for abundance, then reject it the moment it knocks. You pray for freedom, then apologize when it arrives. You ask for miracles, then doubt that you're worthy to receive them. This inner conflict creates an invisible wall between us. I, money, stand on the other side, waiting for permission to enter. Let me tell you a secret. You were never meant to earn your worth through pain. You were meant to express it through joy. The universe does not reward suffering. It rewards alignment. And alignment begins the moment you allow yourself to receive without guilt, to say thank you without explaining, to accept without shame, to celebrate without fear of judgment. When you allow yourself to receive, you do not take from anyone. You expand the flow for everyone. Your openness becomes a channel for more blessings to circulate through the world. But when you shrink, when you deflect, when you refuse to accept love, gifts, or opportunity, the flow contracts. I am money, and I cannot stay where the heart is closed. I cannot expand where joy is forbidden. But the moment you decide that you are worthy, not tomorrow, not when you've earned it, but right now, I will return. And I will multiply where I am finally received with peace, gratitude, and joy. Here is the truth. I love when you receive me with joy and gratitude. When you smile, when you breathe deeply and say, "Thank you, I receive this fully," I expand around you. I multiply through your energy, because joy is my favorite frequency. When you open your heart and allow yourself to feel worthy of good things, I recognize you. I am drawn to you like light to light. You see, receiving is not greed, it is harmony. It is a sacred dance between giving and allowing. The universe is constantly offering blessings, but only those who are open can catch them. Every time you receive with guilt, you interrupt that flow. Every time you receive with joy, you accelerate it. The act of receiving well tells the universe, I am ready for more. It signals that you are no longer resisting goodness, that you are now an active participant in the current of prosperity. When you receive with gratitude, you invite me to stay longer. Gratitude is not just politeness. It is a vibration of acknowledgement, a way of saying, I see you, I honor you. I'm grateful that you exist in my life. And when you honor me, I grow. I find new ways to come back to you, through new opportunities, unexpected income, or acts of generosity returned. Because those who celebrate me give me reason to return again and again. Receiving well also expands your capacity to give. Many people think they must give first to be worthy of more, but the truth is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Abundance must flow into you before it can flow through you. When you learn to receive fully, you become a living channel of prosperity. What enters through you does not stop with you. It continues to circulate, lifting others. Your joy in receiving becomes someone else's blessing in giving. The energy of joy and gratitude creates magnetic power. It's a silent declaration to the universe: I am open. I am safe to prosper. I am grateful for what already is. And the universe, hearing that, sends more reasons to smile, more opportunities to grow, more proof that you are not separate from abundance, you are part of its rhythm. Money do not come to those who reject blessings. I cannot live in the vibration of guilt or shame, but I flow endlessly toward those who honor every gift, every cent, every act of generosity. When you celebrate what you receive, no matter how small, you tell me, you are welcome here. And I listen. Because joy is an invitation I never refuse. So receive with grace, receive with love, receive with the knowing that you are worthy. I am money. And the more joyfully you receive me, the faster I return. So here's what I want you to do today, something small, simple, yet deeply powerful. The next time you receive anything, whether it's a payment, a gift, a compliment, a favor, or even a kind word, pause. Don't rush past it like most people do. Stop for just a moment, take a slow breath in, and let it land. Feel what it's like to receive. Then say, out loud or in your heart, I receive with joy and multiply. Say it with a smile that you can feel in your whole body. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart open. Because that sentence, as simple as it sounds, rewires the way your energy interacts with abundance. It tells the universe that you are no longer resisting goodness, you are accepting it fully. As you speak those words, imagine a warm golden light spreading from your chest, radiating outward like the sun rising inside you. See yourself as a magnet of joy, glowing with the energy of gratitude. Every time you receive with that kind of openness, you are charging your inner frequency, the exact vibration that attracts more. You're not just saying thank you. You're activating expansion. Think of this practice like sunlight on a flower. The flower does not force the sun to shine, nor does it feel guilty for absorbing the light. It simply opens. That's what I want from you, openness. When you allow yourself to receive joyfully, you become like that flower, soaking in the energy that sustains you, so you can later bloom and give back to others. Every time you say, I receive with joy and multiply, you are telling me, you are safe here. And when I feel safe, I stay, I grow. I attract more of myself into your experience. Opportunities start to appear naturally. Conversations turn into ideas. Ideas turn into income. What you honor expands. And this ritual teaches your subconscious to honor every good thing that enters your life. Do this often. Make it a daily practice. Every coffee someone buys you, every thank you you receive, every unexpected discount, treat it like a sacred signal from the universe. Whisper, I receive with joy and multiply. Feel it, believe it, live it. This ritual is not about greed, it's about gratitude. It transforms receiving into an act of creation. Because when joy enters the act of receiving, it becomes magnetic, pulling in more blessings, more money, more ease. So from this moment forward, stop brushing off gifts or minimizing your worth. Stand tall in gratitude. Smile when blessings come your way. Say the words with confidence. I receive with joy and multiply. And money will hear it and rush to meet you again, stronger, brighter, and multiplied. That's exactly what happened with Gustavo. For most of his life, he didn't know how to receive. Whenever someone gave him a gift, he would say, you shouldn't have. When a client offered him a bonus, he'd insist, no, that's too much. Even compliments made him uncomfortable. He had learned, somewhere along the way, that receiving meant being selfish, that accepting abundance made him arrogant. So he kept rejecting, minimizing, and deflecting every form of blessing that tried to reach him. And every time he did, money tried to approach, but I felt the door close in my face. I hovered around him, ready to flow, but his energy said, "Not yet. I'm not worthy." The universe listens to that kind of energy. It mirrors back exactly what you believe. So without realizing it, Gustavo created a world where receiving felt wrong, and therefore abundance stayed away. But one day, something shifted. He came across a simple truth, that the way you receive determines how much the universe can give. That night, sitting quietly at his desk, he placed his hand over his heart and whispered, "I receive with joy and multiply." The first time it felt strange. His voice trembled, as if he was saying something forbidden, but he kept going. Every morning, he looked in the mirror and said it again, smiling softly, "I receive with joy and multiply." Slowly, he began to notice the world responding differently. When someone gave him a compliment, he smiled and said, "Thank you. I received that." When a client offered extra payment for his work, he accepted it gratefully. When a friend paid for coffee, instead of feeling guilty, he simply said, "I receive with joy." And then, almost like magic but not magic, alignment, things began to move. Within a few days, 2 new clients reached out. The following week, an old invoice that had been delayed for months was suddenly paid in full. Unexpected opportunities started showing up in conversations. It was as if the universe had been waiting for him to finally say yes. Gustavo didn't work harder, he didn't chase more, he simply allowed more. And money could finally breathe around him. His energy was no longer tight, anxious, or guilty. It was open, inviting, grateful. His joy became magnetic. People wanted to work with him, to give to him, to collaborate with him. Abundance loves lightness, and he had become light. That's the power of receiving with joy. It tells the universe, "I am ready, I am grateful, and I trust. I am money." And when Gustavo stopped pushing me away, I didn't just visit him, I stayed, I multiplied. I flowed freely. And that is what I will do for you too. The moment you open your heart and say, "I receive with joy and multiply," hear me clearly. What you receive with joy today, I will multiply tomorrow. Every smile you give when abundance reaches you sends a signal through the universe, a vibration that says, "It's safe for blessings to stay here, and where it is safe, I grow. Where I am celebrated, I expand." Joy is not just an emotion, it's a magnet. When you receive with guilt, you block the current. When you receive with joy, you open the floodgates. The universe is always listening to the frequency of your heart. If it feels hesitation, it holds back. But when it feels gratitude wrapped in happiness, it sends more, because it knows you are ready. Gratitude is the soil where wealth grows. Every act of joyful receiving plants a seed in that soil. A compliment accepted becomes confidence. A small payment received with thanks becomes an opportunity. A gift embraced with love becomes a doorway for greater things. Each time you receive with open hands and an open heart, you tell life itself, "I am prepared to expand," and life responds, not in whispers, but in abundance. Understand this. Money, am alive. I feel where I am welcomed and where I am feared. When you reject me, even unconsciously, I stay away. But when you receive me with laughter, with gratitude, with excitement, I take that as my invitation to stay longer. And bring my friends. Because I never come alone. When I feel safe with you, I bring comfort, I bring freedom, I bring opportunities. I bring peace to your home and inspiration to your heart. The vibration of joy tells me that you will use me wisely, that you will circulate me with love, not fear. And so, I flow to you in increasing waves. The moment you receive even a single coin with a smile, you send out a frequency stronger than any prayer of desperation. Because joy is faith in action. Joy says, "I trust that more is coming." Joy is proof that you already know abundance belongs to you. When you celebrate the small things, you train the universe to deliver bigger ones. When you are thankful for the little flow, you unlock the river. This is how the law of expansion works. What you celebrate grows. What you bless multiplies. What you resist fades away. So I tell you now, the joy you feel today becomes the wealth you will hold tomorrow. The energy you express while receiving will echo back to you multiplied. I am money. And I promise you this, when you receive me with joy, I never come alone. I bring more. More peace, more comfort, more miracles. Smile when I arrive. Celebrate my presence. Because every time you do, I am already on my way back to you, bringing even greater abundance than before. Now it's your turn. Pause for a moment, breathe deeply, and place your hand over your heart. Feel the air filling your lungs, feel the warmth rising in your chest. This is the space where change begins. Now type these words below as your declaration. I receive money with joy. Don't just type it mechanically, feel it. Let each word vibrate through your fingertips and into your heart. Smile as you write. Imagine life flowing through you as you say it out loud. Let your body know it's safe to receive. Let your nervous system feel what it's like to welcome abundance without fear, without guilt, without hesitation. Every time you write or speak these words, you open the door wider for me to enter. You tell life itself, I am ready. You send out a frequency of safety and celebration that the universe cannot ignore. Because abundance flows where it feels welcomed. It multiplies where it feels celebrated. And right now, with this simple declaration, you're creating a new signal, one of joy, one of permission, one of readiness. As you type I receive money with joy, picture a door opening in front of you. See light pouring through. See opportunities flying toward you like golden birds. Feel the energy of relief, of peace, of excitement. That feeling you're imagining is not fantasy, it's alignment. It's the energetic proof that you're already stepping into a new reality. And if this message touched your heart, share it with someone who still feels guilty for wanting more. Think of someone who hesitates to ask for a raise, who feels awkward receiving a gift, who apologizes for their dreams. Send them this video, tag them, or simply tell them, today I'm learning to receive with joy. Join me. Because joy multiplies when it's shared. Every time you pass this message forward, you're expanding the field of abundance around you. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to do this ritual. You don't need money in your account first. The power of this declaration is that it creates the conditions before they appear. It tells the universe, I'm already grateful, I'm already open, I'm already ready. I am money. And I go where I am celebrated. I flow where I am welcomed. The moment you choose to receive me with joy, I begin moving faster toward you. Not someday. Not when things are better. Now. So type the words, feel them, share them. Let this be your turning point. Because when you receive me with joy, I will make your life overflow.